What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Don Tremont Guitarist Guitar Show. I'm on Instagram again, going through my saved stuff, and I have some things to show you. And one of them is quite something. You'll have to see that in a few minutes. So this here is this first one that I want to show you. That's from Maestro Guitars. It's just a beautiful pale moon ebony back. You just have to look at that. I'm gonna make a guitar with this kind of wood someday. That is just nice. And this here, sorry I don't have the audio. That's not really working for me right now. I've just been spending all evening trying to do that. This guitar is the Guitarless Thread. The whole guitar is missing. Just look at it. Uh, it is strange. Very strange. Uh, anyway, now here's the one that I said is quite something that's pretty funny. And the reason why is because I noticed on it just recently, it's got a Pikachu tail for the back. And it looks like, no, anyway, it's got a Pikachu tail on the back. And looks like it's got Pikachu horns almost for the horns. And then the process that they do to make the top look like it does is they take electricity with electrodes and run electricity through the wood to like burn paths in it, then clear out the paths and put a epoxy in it. Pikachu's an electric Pokemon, so it's just funny all around that it's a Pikachu tail on the back. Um, I wouldn't do that myself, but I think it's pretty cool. From DTC Bases, it's a multi-scale, beautiful four-string bass, and it looks like they have those black nylon strings on it, or at least they're black. They're not steel strings. Well, they're steel strings, but you know what I mean. They're not standard steel looking strings. This here is a beautiful rose on a Baroque guitar. And yeah, so this is made out of goat skin, sorry. So they dry goat skin or something like that and cut this out and assemble it somehow with glue. It's pretty interesting, very beautiful to look at. I think those are cedar trees. So you can see the rose or the guitar right there. These gut strings are interesting too. They have double courses except for the high E, or not high E. I don't know what note it is. I think it actually might be G. That note's called the chanterelle. That's the singing string. Here we have a Gypsy Jazz guitar with a D-shaped sound hole. So the way they make these, from what I know from most people who make them now at least, is they have like a router or a Dremel or whatever on this like offset jig. So it sits flat on the top and it has this little stop on it. So it follows the inside of the sound hole and cuts an eighth of an inch in or whatever it is. If I was doing it, I'd use the CNC machine. I have no idea what part guitars used for this. Here we have Phil Conway Instruments Saturn. So Saturn is part of the bouzouki family, and the bouzouki's are similar to an octave mandolin, sort of, a bit different tuning. They don't have they have a flat top. They don't have a sound hole. That said, some octave mandolins have that. I'll show you one in a few minutes. Um, anyway, this is just a really nice Saturn. So a Saturn has 5 strings, varying tunings. So I don't know what he's going to tune it to, but just look at that. I just love the body shape. I like it a lot. It's pretty cool. I want to build like a bouzouki or an octave mandolin or something like that at some point, and I think I'll use this body shape. I like it. I like it a lot. This here is a Prophecy Instruments guitar. It's a multi-scale 6-string electric guitar. So the only thing standard about this one is the fact that it's got 6 strings. It's headless, interesting looking, 6-string multi-scale. It's got a big hole in it. Uh, got looks like it has bridges or whatever. So that's another interesting thing. iHush Guitars, or however you pronounce that, has these really cool looking engraved top guitars that have a metal top. A metal top. I think that's really interesting. I don't know if he engraves these all by hand or if he does it with a CNC machine or something. I would do it with a CNC machine because I have one and I have no skills in engraving. This is some beautiful quilted maple. You just gotta look at it. Just look at it. See what you think. Can't not look at that. Here's that octave mandolin I was telling you guys about. So this here is a Nyberg Instruments octave mandolin. Um, he has some really interesting stuff. Beautiful bazookies and octave mandolins and Saturns and all that kind of fun nonsense. This one here is just another beautiful instrument. It's actually got a carved top and carved back. So typically typically they'd be carved tops with F holes, but this one here has a sound hole. It's interesting. And a nice little guitar to end off this episode is this one here from May One's Guitars. It's just this beautiful Strat. It's got an ombre finish on it, false binding. So the top, the curly maple top, isn't stained the whole way around. That's what gives it a look that it has binding, but it's not actual binding. At least I'm assuming that's what it is. That's what it looks like to me. And yeah, it's just really nice. Hats off to you guys and May One's Guitars. Cool. Oh, Lawler pickups, D'Addario & Co., Graph Tech, Guitar Labs, Godo, all kinds of cool stuff. I've heard about Lawler pickups some. I think I follow them on Instagram. You know what? Let's do that right now. Follow. Done, son. I've heard about them before, and I think they're quite nice. I go with MJS custom pickups and typically, but I think these guys are quite nice too. Boy, they have a lot of followers. Anyway, cool. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed this episode, and hit that follow button and the like button and the notification button or whatever I think is a notification button. Hit what you gotta hit. Just do it.